Hi Leo, welcome to Spiritualista. This is your weekly energy forecast from the 22nd until the 28th of September. If you like a personalized deep dive reading, the link to my Etsy shop is below. I hope you enjoyed this new format. It's a partial facial video, so we're gonna be introducing ourselves this way just to make it a little bit more personal, and then I'm gonna switch to a top-down view of the cards to show you this very cute little Rider-Waite-Smith in pink. It's the same design, it's actually the same drawing, it's the same original deck, but however in a new colorway. So I gotta confess that I'm becoming increasingly more stuck in the usual tarot reader addiction of buying new decks. So I've ordered a few, they're on the way, so we're gonna be switching it up a little bit, the designs here. I do prefer the smaller one, but just simply because it fits better in the frame. But this is the original size here, so they're a little bit more comfortable to shuffle with and also just look very cute. So we're gonna be doing those today. So let's just do a little shuffle here and we're gonna get right to your reading. All right, Leo. So let's see here, Leo. Please tap me into Leo's energy from the 22nd until the, oh, that was quick, 20th of September. All right, we got a few cards here. I haven't seen all of them yet. I know that the Magician is the main card, so that's even the present moment. We're gonna go one by one as usual. So Magician, present moment, you're being crossed by the Ace of Wands here, and crowning you is the Page of Swords. All right, so those are the three that got out, and let's see here what's left in the deck. Always starting from the top. So your foundation or your subconscious energy is the Seven of Cups, no, Seven of Pentacles, my goodness. So Seven of Pentacles, and then we have your recent past, the Wheel of Fortune, and your near future with the Sun. That's nice. All right, so your suggested approach is the Knight of Wands, and then what you need to know when your surrounding energy is the Hierophant. In your hopes and fears, we have the Three of Swords. Very legit fear, for sure. It's a painful card. We're going to get into the story about it. And then we have the Lovers as our potential future. Nice. And at the bottom of the deck, we have the High Priestess. I just did Aries, and they also got the High Priestess there. So it's an intuitive week for you guys. So let's see here what the cards are saying today. So Leo, right at the center here of your reading, you got the Magician. So this is big. This is big. This is a card of manifestation. So you're creating something here. You're creating something here. It shows up when you're standing in a place where you're starting to realize that you're very much capable. You're very much capable of creating something here. And especially with the Ace of Wands crossing here. So you're right in the middle of starting something. It could be something non-physical. It doesn't have to be like a product, like a physical thing, but you're definitely making some changes in your life towards developing something here for yourself and creating something using your creativity. And you're very much confident in that here. And you know that you have what it takes. You know that you have the skills to do that. You have the voice to do that, right? And then you have the crossing with the Ace of Wands, which is another initiation card here. This is just raw, like passion, like it's a fire element card. But since it's crossing, that means that it's your challenge for this week here. So you do feel a lot of inspiration here. You do feel a lot of passion. You really want to get this thing going for you. You really want to see that materialize in a sense. But there's also this fear. There's this fear here where this card here, the Magician, it's your ability to channel, like it's to be able to direct that energy into creation. But then with the Ace of Wands, like, tells me that you have a lot of power in your hands right now, but I think you're a little bit overwhelmed by that. And there's this rush of creative energy here and passion in you, but you don't really know where to start and what to do with it. I feel like you might be taking on a little bit too much too quickly here. And you're a little bit scattered, a little bit disorganized, and you don't know. Like, we know when there's just so many things to do, that you just get so overwhelmed that you don't even do anything. You just procrastinate. I'm kind of in that state myself. I'm not even a Leo. But I was talking to my friend about this last night, how I'm feeling this energy because I just got back from vacation, and I had done a few of these readings in the past and pre-recorded them, and now I'm starting again, and this is my second day of recording, and there's just so much to do, and the deadlines are creeping up, and you feel like, oh my goodness, I need to do this, I need to launch this, I want to launch a website, I want to start selling herbs, and you know, there's just so many things to do, and you do feel that passion, you do feel like that surge of inspiration, and just like you just want to get it done, but at the same time it feels like, yeah, there's just too many like threads pulling you. You don't really know where to begin, right? And it just kind of feels like a bummer because then you just don't do anything. You just procrastinate. And that's what I feel is the Ace of Wands here. It's that pure spark, like it's that creativity where you're just like, oh my God, I really want to do this. I really want to do this. But at the same time, yeah, there's just this like, there's this scatterness surrounding you here, where I wish I could give you advice because I would need that advice myself right now. Just like my friend was like, make lists. I'm making lists. You know, she's going through a similar thing too. And she's a Capricorn, I'm a Virgo. But for sure, it just stacks up, you know. And I'm getting the feeling here that you're a little bit stacky in your energy right now. But there's a lot of power here. There's a lot of creativity here. But it's just that it's almost a little bit too much. And you need to ground yourself a little bit more here, and just like be okay with doing one thing at a time. Be okay with maybe not meeting the deadlines exactly at the point that you wanted to. Be okay with not having maybe done everything perfectly, and just be okay with like, this is good enough, instead of just like overdoing and overthinking this project here that you're launching. It could be a relationship too, but I feel like it's more a creative pursuit, or something that you are creating, something that you're putting into reality. There's this going on. There's definitely this really big like manifestation and also like momentum vibe going on. And you're just like dreaming very big, right? And you're really ready to act on it and feeling this urge to just launch this thing that's been sitting on your chest. But yeah, you just don't really know where to start. And the universe with the Magician is telling you that you can do it. You have the tools. That's your affirmation here, you know. But you have to be strategic of how you're going to do it, how you're going to go about it, and how you're going to create this thing here. And, you know, this could be a little bit restless energy too. But there is definitely some urgency here. Like, you don't want to waste time. And the Magician is telling you to focus here and just channel this, because it's about directing that fire in a way that just doesn't burn out really fast, but really builds something lasting for you. Really builds something that where you can be productive, but also you can be strategic and you can be a little bit calm about it, and you don't have to have it all together, you know, to do everything at once. So yeah, that's what I'm getting here. This is a little bit of restlessness. Like, there's definitely urgency here. Definitely urgency. You just want to get it done quickly. I'm not saying that you want to cut corners with that. Definitely not. But I just feel like there's a little bit too much of a rush here. I'm getting this very intense, like heat, like fiery energy here. I'm just like a little bit non-focus, if that's even a word. You know, you're just feeling like you're all over the place right now with this here. Yeah, so just let me know in the comments below what your project is about. If it's a relationship, a connection, if it's something that is more like a thing that you're launching into reality, like a new business, a new idea. Maybe you're going off to study something. Maybe you're wanting to read a bunch of books and learn something new, learning how to, like, I don't know, program, graphic design, and then it's just overwhelming when you're realizing how much there is to actually learn, how much there is to actually do, and you just kind of want to be done with it and just have all the knowledge all at once, even though it's not very realistic to have that. And then you have the Page of Swords there on your mind. That's your crowning. So that's curious energy. Like, that's you. Speaking of learning, you know, that's just you not wanting to waste time again. It's, yeah, definitely there's this like feeling to want to know more and just gather more information before you move here. And he's very inquisitive, the Page. Like, he's very alert and also very playful, like, but a little bit like in a suspicious way, right? So this could show up as you watching and like observing things and situations and like learning about them before you make your next big move. And you're asking a lot of questions here and doing lots of research. and just testing the waters with like little conversations or experiments. And yeah, it's like you're just buzzing with this curiosity and like this discovery energy right now. You're just in this state, like the state of renewal, I feel. And it makes sense there with the Wheel of Fortune too. We're gonna get into that soon. And that's your recent past there. So there's definitely lots of restlessness here for you guys. And there's lots of like wanting clarity, like wanting answers. And yeah, like I just saw Wicked, that movie, just recently. I saw it 2 days ago. And you know, with the Wizard of Oz, like the thing with peeking behind the curtain just to get the answers. That's the energy I'm getting here, where you're just not really satisfied where you are right now. You're wanting to rediscover, you're wanting to reinvest. So I think this definitely could be about learning something new, about starting something, developing yourself mentally here, especially with the swords. And it feels a little bit overwhelming. It feels like you might have, or you think that you might have taken on a little bit too much. So there's just this really big focus on being focused. That's what I'm getting here. You can still learn, you can still notice things. And yeah, you're just doing that. You're gathering lots of insight so that you can channel this energy here with the Magician and the Ace of Wands, so that you know where to aim that energy. Look at this pretty sunlight that just came down. Yeah, so then we have the Seven of Pentacles. Again, like this makes so much sense here at the root. This is your subconscious. So this is like the gardening card here. This is like the long-term vision card, where it's all about patience and like evaluating your long-term visions here. So deep down, you're asking yourself if you've been investing in something that's actually worth it, and if it's going to grow the way that you want it to grow here. So this makes me think of definitely gardening and someone that is planting, like especially food, especially crops, right? Something that is not just greenery that is for aesthetics, but it's something that like you're not really sure. When you just start gardening, you're not really sure what kind of crops are going to be good in your home, where your window is, what kind is it south-facing, where are you in the world, what is the climate like, is this going to grow, is there going to be, I don't know, parasites that eat from it. And as a gardener myself, like I definitely understand how in the beginning you do this, where you're just overwhelmed, you just want to kind of like go into the store and buy all of the seeds and just plant everything, and you're not really sure what's going to take, where you're going to be good at, what's going to be fitted for that environment where you're living. And then a few years later is when you know that like, oh, every single year there's the butterflies, you know, and the larvae that comes and eat all of the kale. And now maybe I shouldn't be planting kale because I never get a good enough harvest from that. So maybe I should just specialize on tomatoes instead, because they don't have a lot of pests, right? And that's you kind of wanting to plant like a whole supermarket worth of food here, not really certain of what is actually going to be harvestable for you. So just discover, you know, and just experiment with that. It doesn't have to be exactly food. That's just a metaphor for it because of the card and its gardening nature here. But there's definitely this really fresh like inspiration and curiosity here for you, where you just really want to see results with this card. There's this big desire here to just not pour your energy into something that just is not going to give you what you want it to give you, right? And it's just going to fizzle out in disappointment. And you want something that grows, that really lasts for you. So your foundation here is teaching you that patience, like timing really matters. And sometimes you have to wait and watch before you harvest something. And something is like, sometimes it's not going to be harvestable too. And that's okay, because that's still a learning experience. You haven't lost anything there. So head and root together tells me that, yeah, you're buzzing with this curiosity and like new possibilities here. And your foundation is really focused on this patience and evaluation here. Like you're balancing this urge to jump in with this really like deeper wisdom that says that you have to make sure that it's worth it before you invest everything here. So just, yeah, it's a nice check and balance actually, where you got the Fire of the Magician and the Ace of Wands in your center, but you're crowning your root and making sure that you just don't rush impulsively into it. And then the Wheel of Fortune in your recent past, that shows me that you just went through a shift in cycles here. And there's something, something in your world that has been turning here. And lately, suddenly too. And the sense here is that fate and timing has stepped into the picture, where the wheel usually brings moments where you realize that it's not just random, but it's way bigger than you. It's way bigger than you. So for some of you guys, this could have been an opportunity that seemed to appear just out of nowhere, or like a turn of events that just changed your perspective here. And it might have felt like you were like riding a wave. Like sometimes it goes up, and sometimes it goes down, but either way, it's totally out of your control here. But it's not a bad thing. I'm not sensing it as a bad change. I'm sensing definitely as a change that catalyzed this reaction here, though, where you might have been a little bit bored, a little bit stagnant recently until something happened that put you in this creation mode here, in this fiery mode here. Yeah, so there was a turning point here for you guys, where it could be like a change in your workplace, could be a change in your relationship, something that was leaving you stagnant and it had to shift, right? And it could be internal too, like it could be a shift in your worldview and your sense of what's possible here. But either way, like the universe was just moving the pieces around for you here with this card. And in the near future with the sun, that's really positive. I love the sun because that's just vitality, right? That's just the happiness card there. So after this shift here with the wheel, it's telling you to see things more clearly, and just stay confident and stay authentic. And just show up as yourself without any filters, and respond to life with openness here. So this is about truths coming to light. This is about just clarity, just shining on things that used to feel a little bit shady. And because it's in your near future, it's like the wheel was just delivering you into this more like brighter era for you guys here. So feels like one of those weeks where you get confirmation. And it could be in the form of recognition here, especially with the sun. Or just that inner sense of being like aligned and just generally more clear. So it tells you that you're allowed to be happy. Like even if you're overwhelmed, this is leading up to something good. So just stay aligned with it, but stay focused and just do things strategically, and don't just overwhelm yourself because you want to get to the place here like immediately and have immediate results. You need to balance it off with the patience here as well of the Seven of Pentacles. So yeah, definitely you went through a shift in cycles here, and fate just like stirred a pot for you, and the turning of the wheel just like was setting you up for this confidence here, and now it's just you're breaking through here. So it's going to be something positive, and it's going to be something that makes sense to you. And yeah, for sure. The Knight of Wands here, like let's talk about that, because that's your green light, right? That's you. That's the universe like telling you that it's okay to take action. So it's also about following your passion. Like you're just saying yes to adventure here. So not about overthinking this card, but it's about trusting that spark and just letting momentum carry you forward rather than creating momentum. Just letting that naturally, organically through the universe bring you forward here. And just go with it, and just express yourself and take risks. And that energy is going to be the thing that's going to be guiding you. So it's not going to dim. It's not going to disappear just because you want to be like a little bit more calm about it and not just overwhelmed about it. It's definitely not going to fizzle out into nothingness. It's going to stay there with you. That's what it's telling you here. And then you have the Hierophant here. And that's interesting because that's surrounding you. That's like what you need to know in your surrounding energy. So Hierophant usually shows up when there's like structures and traditions that are like established systems that are around you, sort of thing, and you're playing a role within those, right? So it could be that you're interacting with an institution here, could be work and like also school, could be like spiritual too. It could be the communities, like spiritual communities, could be your family as well. And the Hierophant can feel really grounding. Like it can be nice to have those frameworks available to guide you when you're feeling a little bit lost, but it also has a tendency to feel very much restrictive, at least when you're craving lots of freedom. Not a good card for Sagittarius, for example. Like it's kind of limiting, this card, right? So key message here is just to pay attention to the rules and the traditions that's shaping your situation, because they're influencing how things unfold. That's what I'm getting from that one. And then the Three of Swords and your hopes and fears. So yeah, like there's a fear of heartbreak. That's what it says. Look at it. It's just heartbreak. And you're just scared of losing something. That's what I feel like. You're scared of being disappointed in something. So normally it shows up when you've just recently been hurt, and there's still part of you that's healing that, and you're just kind of like leaning into that fear of it happening again, right? And you're not really sure if you should take those steps, because what if it happens again? why even bother sort of energy. I don't want to go through that pain again, especially if you're unhealed from it. But just have hope, and have hope in the clarity, and just understand that you're not going to be staying stuck in confusion. And sometimes you have to just rip the bandage so that you can actually heal. And then you have the Lovers there, the potential future. So that's beautiful, because that's about alignment, like that's soul connections there. So usually it's about relationships, like it's soulful bonds. And it could also be about decisions, like, and making a choice. And so it's definitely, there's something here. Like there could be someone coming in. There could be someone coming in for sure when this card appears, especially as a future potential. So I think that if you heal this, and if you move through this situation here calmly and strategically, then this is what's waiting for you there around the corner with the Lover. So that's beautiful. And let me know in the comments too, like, is it someone new? Is it someone a little bit like an older connection that's maybe being repaired? But there's definitely some romance coming in for you guys there. And I think that this is what you're scared of in a sense, because I think that this could be an older connection, a little bit of an unstable connection that might be this individual here that has hurt you in the past. And now that they're re-entering again, you're just not really, you're not buying it. You're not really trusting it because you're just scared. So, which ties perfectly together with the High Priestess here too, because it's just, that's pure intuition right there. And that's the undercurrent, like that's the bottom of the deck energy. So it's your reminder that beneath the action and the choices here, your intuition is the guiding thread here. So your answers here are not going to come from logic and external validation, but they're going to come from this, like from sitting in silence and trusting that inner knowing, and just like allowing the layers to reveal themselves in time to you. And that's what's going to help you discern the situation here. So even if this person is making lots of promises and they've changed, like you're going to be able to know. You're going to be able to tune in and know if that's actually the case, or if it's just talk, if it's just empty words because they want to get back with you. You're going to be able to discern that, especially with this. It's a very powerful energy to have, especially at the bottom here. So she's going to be guiding you this week. She's going to be the guiding light, carrying you through this and helping you both strategize around this energy here, of this fire and this passion here, but also how to deal with this individual here, because I feel that these two are definitely two separate situations going on parallel to each other, and she's going to be helpful in discerning both of them here to be able to discard what's not aligned with you and keep what is. So tying it all together here, standing in this energy here, and just like lit up by spark, just like definitely in creation mode. You're wanting to make something real, you wanted to feel it, you wanted to see it, and you're curious, you're being observant, like you're waiting, you're wanting to learn and notice things before you leap, but also you're just really patiently evaluating where your energy is best invested here. And then we have the Wheel of Fortune there, just shifting your cycles and moving you through this new phase where ahead of you is the Sun with this clarity and this confidence just leading your way here. And then it's suggested approach the Knight of Wands. Let's just follow your fire and just trust that passion, And around you with the Hierophant, it tells me that you're having a lot of structure and stability, like from others, this sort of traditional stability that's shaping your moment right now. So just pay attention to the frameworks that you're in. And then deep down, there's this fear of heartbreak with the Three of Swords, but there's also this hope for clarity and truth here. And the potential future is the Lover, so that's alignment and soul connection there. And it's about committing to what resonates with your being. And underneath everything with the High Priestess is telling you that your intuition is the key, so just trust that. So the bigger story is that fate has turned the wheel, and now you're feeling inspired and you're feeling like you want to act and that you have the ability to do so. And the Sun is clearing the way for you. And you're stepping into a moment of lots of passion, lots of alignment. So this week is asking you to stay curious and just trust your intuition. And that's all I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope this reading resonated. And if so, please give it a like and let me know in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe for your weekly energy forecasts. Okay, bye!